Hey, beginning his record-breaking 22nd season in charge of the same club, and he's still yet to lose, Gus, a round one match.
Amazing record, isn't it?
Seriously.
Incredible record. But those who have been to the Melbourne Storm system and watched the way they train during the off-season, they are absolutely redlining when they come into that first game of the season. I mean, they're at their best, and they catch a lot of sides napping, but against the defending premiers, they were just tough and resilient. I never felt like they were going well enough to win the game, but they just kept defying Panthers to score a try.
That defence, Gal, particularly in the last 20 minutes, you seen anything like that?
It was unreal. Honestly, it was great to watch. I actually really enjoy games like this. At times, we wanted to see points scored and tries scored, but for me, I was sitting at home. I was on the edge of my seat the whole night. They had so many opportunities, the Penrith Panthers, but the Storm just kept turning up. They were just relentless, and they just scrambled and scrambled and scrambled. We were able to keep the Penrith Panthers out, and they were taking their line. There was one moment before Melbourne even scored. I actually thought Penrith scored a try. I can't remember who scored the try, but it was part. Jerome Hughes, for mine, had absolutely nothing but eyes for Jerome Luai. This is the play here, and he missed him. And look, Penrith made the most of an overlap. He done well with speed and kicks the ball inside for Penrith to score. It was awarded no try. He said there was a shepherding involved, but you look at Jerome Hughes there, absolutely nothing but eyes for Jerome Luai. So I thought they were pretty lucky there, and that was just before the Melbourne Storm scored. So a 12-point turnaround, really, which was very beneficial, obviously, to the Penrith Panthers.
Gus, after the match, Cameron Munster was speaking to our 9 team and talking about the groin, and he didn't seem to have too much info on how long he'll be sidelined. Does that make you concerned if you're a Melbourne Storm boss?
Oh, yeah, you want your best player on the field. They won without him and Nelson Asofa-Solomona. But those groin things can be testy. You really got to, they've got to take their time with that, because you don't want to come back and aggravate it. And if you do aggravate it, it can linger with you for the whole year, and it just gets worse and worse. They're a very, very difficult injury to get right.
Two of the feel-good stories of the round, Luke Brooks at Manly, but also Ryan Papenhuyzen and Denny coming back out in the field. You've seen the journey that he's been on the last couple of years with those huge setbacks.
It just shows how mentally tough he is, because a lot of players could have said, no, I just can't keep doing it. It's too hard. But the way he's managed to come back from those injuries time and again, and you know what, he looks pretty good straight up, doesn't he? So, and he's a tough bugger. He's pretty slight, but there's a big heart in there, and he's, a fit, firing Ryan Papenhuyzen really makes Melbourne a threat.
Yeah, he still never got through it unscathed. He still split his head and got a couple of stitches. So thankfully it wasn't nothing like the other ones, and it's good to see him back. It's great to see him back and happy.
So the Panthers come out of that match having lost a World Club Challenge, Gus, to Wigan. Now they've got the old foes of the Western Derby on Friday night, a blockbuster against Parramatta. Is there much cause for concern at the foot of the mountains at the moment, you think? No,
not at all. I mean, the same thing happened last year. They were beaten in the World Club Challenge, beaten in round one by the Broncos. I mean, they weren't embarrassed the other night. They were good in a lot of areas of the game. Parramatta Eels have had a win over the Bulldogs, but it'll be a different kettle of fish out there at Panthers Stadium on Friday night. I think the Panthers could well be bouncing back in this one.